Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about what it really takes to succeed and why there is way more silent effort that goes in than actual praise and success. And why, if you're only looking to succeed for the success itself and for whether it's like praise from other people or the monetary success that it's going to bring, you'll never make it. And you should just quit right now because it's never going to happen. You will not be able to survive the hardships that come up and persist for months and years. Now, obviously, there are some times where maybe chasing the money might drive you enough to withstand that, but oftentimes there really needs to be a why behind what you do. And if that answer is I just want to make money, find a different avenue, because entrepreneurship is not the one for you. If you have a purpose and a reason to doing what you want to do, then understand you will succeed. But you need a special skill set to succeed, and that piece of skill is patience. Because what you aim for and what you want to do will happen. It's just a matter of time and when and how long you have to consistently show up and consistently put in the work to actually reach that goal. And I was listening to a Hormozy podcast the other day, and it was a really good point. It was everything is achievable. It's just our timelines that are unrealistic. We want to make millions of dollars within the next month, within the next year. That's not going to happen. If you can give yourself a decade-long timeline or multiple decade-long timelines, those goals become much, much more attainable. He was giving the example of, if I told you to learn a new language in a day, you couldn't do it. It's impossible. But if I told you to learn a new language in 10 years, that's like easy. All you need to do is spend the time and be patient with it, and you'll achieve that. Hell, you'll even learn 10 new languages in 10 years. But requiring someone to do something so massive in a short period of time is unrealistic, not only for the person setting the goal, whether that's you or the expectations of someone else, but it's also harmful to yourself because it's causing you to think you're worth less than you really are. And you're not understanding that it's really just a normal thing to go through, is to have to be patient and have to wait for your progress to really kick in and take an effect on your reality. Now, today we're on a call with one of our mentors, and he's around our age, a few years older than us, I think. And he was telling us about some of the businesses he's been doing or his other mentees have been doing. And this is along with hearing a lot of people in the entrepreneur space that kind of start up businesses and take it to like 10 grand a month with ease within like the first couple months. And that's amazing. And like sometimes I'm like, I wish I went that route and just did a 10 grand a month business or automated something that can go up to like 30, 40 grand a month. But then I think to myself, I'm like, okay, but if I took my attention away from what I'm doing right now and putting it into that, one, I'm changing course and I'm starting over. I'm taking a shortcut, but it's really just going a roundabout way of coming back to what I really want to do and what speaks to me. And second is, I want to do something big, and I want to change the world in a real way and improve it in a real way. And I can't do that through those vices. Now, I'm not saying that those vices are bad routes for anyone. I think, like, in another world, I would take that in a heartbeat, start that business, whatever. But for what I need to do and understanding how long it will take, I need to start as soon as possible and stick with it for as long as possible. Now, it might seem to some people that I'm changing from thing to thing, or at least have been. The way I see it is evolution. It's understanding and learning the skill sets and getting the experience within each of those steps that is keeping on building onto the next step. And whether or not this is the next step, you guys will find out soon. It's defined by what you can do with it, where you can go with it, and who you're going to impact with it. So if you can do something, like let's say you run a barbershop, and you can be a very successful barber, and you're providing a service that's needed, cutting hair, which obviously I need to get done. And you're also talking to people. There's this famous barber. I don't know his name, but he used to be on like TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And he would always have like real conversations with people, and that's like something real. Like that, he's making a difference in people's lives just by being there and talking to them. And it's such a beautiful thing. Like it feels like a transactional business. Oh, you're coming in to get your haircut. A lot of times it's just silence or like very few words, like hi, how's your day, whatever. This guy took the time for every 30-minute or hour-long haircut. He would actually get to know the person, and that person and him would come out of that conversation different people. So it was kind of there's like a why behind it. And when there's a why behind what you're doing, it makes everything you do that much more impactful and that much more valuable to those around you. There's a quote I saw yesterday. It was, good leaders make people believe in them. Great leaders make people believe in themselves. And if you want to become a great leader, there's a lot that goes into it that people don't see. Like if you think about a marathon, where do people stand and clap? At the start and at the finish. So if someone's only joining a marathon because they see where people are, or how the public views them, they're going to think it's a sprint. Because, okay, let's say it's 100 meters at the beginning and then 100 meters at the end. All right, I can do a 200-meter sprint. Yeah, you start sprinting. You're sprinting for, 26 miles? 26 something, I don't know. But it really goes to show like how much goes into successful people and how little you really see, and the fact that you only ever see successful people at the end of their success, because that's what they are, successful people. They've already gone through the trials and tribulations, and maybe they still are, but they've reached a level of success that is quantifiable and understood by those around them. Now, for those people who haven't yet, they're still in that process, and you don't consider them successful. You don't see their success. You might see that they're not going out and hanging out with friends, or they're kind of just like disappear, like nowhere to be seen. They're working on themselves, and they're there to get better. Become one of those people, because at the end of the day, your worth is as much as you allow yourself to be worth. And the way you build it is by spending time on yourself and building up skills and understanding who you are. Now, that doesn't have to mean spend hours in a day or most of your day working on a business. That could mean, okay, go on a hike because you're a hiker, and like the way you are is with nature. Go be with nature. Be who you are and allow yourself to be that person. Build the skills of rock climbing, surviving in the wild. Like, become someone. Don't just sit around and do nothing all day and waste your life away, because like nobody's coming to, like Hormozy said, nobody's coming to save you. Like, you got to save yourself. And it's funny because we live our lives in a way that's forward thinking, and we're moving forward. But the way our lives are in a holistic view is reversed, because you see who you are and you look back to how you became it. Now, if you can use that thought process of, okay, I see who I'm going to become and I'm taking these steps to become that person, versus I am who I am and tomorrow I'm going to become better than who I am to reach to some unknown destination. That's great. But if you don't know where that destination is, how are you going to direct yourself? You need a compass. You need to know where you're headed, even if it's not concrete, like, oh, I'm going to be this type of person, I'm going to have these type of people in my life, I'm going to do these things. It doesn't need to be all that. It just needs to be, okay, this is the type of person I want to be, and this is the impact I want to have on other people. Now, what am I doing on a daily basis that's helping me achieve that goal or that outcome? Another thing that I think is very overlooked that I just want to put in there is be input oriented, not output oriented. Because if you're output or outcome oriented, any success is going to give you a temporary high, and every failure is going to give you an extended low. And it's not healthy to be going up and down based off of how you're doing in situations you cannot control. Instead, allow yourself the respect to have your emotions be based on your inputs. So for example, let's say nothing's going your way for months, but you're doing everything right. Give yourself and allow yourself to be fulfilled that you are doing everything right. Now, I'm not saying that to say be okay with failure and not being enough, because you should always strive to be more than enough. But sometimes you're doing everything right and things just turn out wrong, because that's how life is. Like, nobody's going to live life without having things go against them on some days. So on those days, understand that if you're doing the right thing, you just got to hold in there, and it's just a test to test your patience, and just be patient, because the more patient you are and the longer you can hold out, the more successful you'll become. Let me think if I got anything else to add on there. I don't think so. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment. If you got to this point of the video at the end, leave a comment about what you're doing today and tomorrow that is helping you become the person that you want to be next year, in 10 years, by the end of your life. All right. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Peace.